Question 13. Let's read the question carefully. Here's a shape made from a rectangle and a triangle. Work out the total area of the shape. So there was a few people that worked out perimeter. Area of the shape. I've got two parts. I've got the rectangle and I've got the triangle. Let's start with the rectangle, which will get you a mark. The area of the rectangle is just 9 times 15, which is 135 centimeters squared, and that gets you 1 mark. So now we need the area of B. You do need to do this in 2 separate calculations. You can't possibly do it in one. Now I don't have the base and I don't have the height, so I've got to work it out. 15 take away 7 will give me 8 centimeters here. 22 take away the 9, because that part there is 9, isn't it? Gives me 13 centimeters just here. So my area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So 8 times by 13 divided by 2, which is going to be, I mean, you can do that on your calculator if you want. It is a calculator paper, so you may as well. 8 times 13 divided by 2, which is 52 centimeters squared. And then we just need to add those two up to get total area. So 52 plus 135 is 187 centimeters squared. Question 14. Y equals 2x minus 2. So if we think about y equals mx plus c, I'm going to do 2 methods for this, guys. I'm going to do y equals mx plus c. So the m here is a gradient of 2. The c here is minus 2. So the y-intercept is minus 2. So as long as you've got it going through minus 2, you've got yourself 1 mark. Now, the gradient of 2, that means 2 up for each 1 across. But be careful because the scales are different. Okay? So the scale on the x-axis is different from the scale on the y-axis. So 2 up for each 1 across. It's not 1 square across, it's 1 whole number across, which means it's going to go through these points here. Now, let's say, guys, you didn't use the gradient intercept method. You can just pick any points here. Let's pick when x is 0. 2 times 0 is 0, minus 2 would give you 0 minus 2. Let's pick the point here, 3. When x is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, minus 2 is 4. So that would give you this point. And as soon as you've got any 2 points, you can draw a line through it. You could do loads more points if you want, but you could use this method where you substitute in if you're not sure about your gradient intercept method. I would always recommend this, particularly for when you're going back through and double checking your work. If it's not a straight line, you know it's wrong here because it's not a square graph, it's not a curved graph or anything like that. Question 15 is just calculator skills. 15a is just, can you use your calculator effectively? Okay? This is why we all want to have the same type of calculator. It's a fraction. I'm going to put the fraction button in. Then I'm just going to write it exactly like it is there. 4.36. So I've got 4.36 plus 2.8, and I want that cubed. So it's this button here, which is x with a little box, and I can then put the cubed in. And then below, I'm going to write 6.8 minus 5.42, and I've set it up exactly like it is on the paper. I press the equal sign. It says give your answer as a decimal, so it gives it as a fraction. I need to press this button to get it to a decimal. 19.06, and look out, there's a little dot over the 6. So that is 19.06 with the dot, which means recurring. So that means 19.06666666 forever. Give your answer to part A correct to 1 decimal place. So is it closer to 19.0 or 19.1? It's closer to 19.1.